Scott, if I'd said to you 10 days ago that you could potentially be leading Forest Green out at Wembley, what would you have said to me?
Well, I would have been surprised, but again, football throws up surprises all the time, and you've got to be prepared to get stuck in at the minute's notice, really, when you're unprepared and all the rest of it. But no, you know, bring it on. I mean, that's what I said today. If you want me to do it, I'm an employee of the football club that I love. It wasn't a problem for me. It was just more of a case of, right, let's get in straight away and get working with this group of players. There's so much potential there.
Yeah. You all ready for Dover now on Saturday?
Yeah, all ready, all prepared. They couldn't be better prepared. In fact, you know, we've had a really brilliant week. You know, we've got some good, real experienced players there with so much to give, and some young players that go on. They'll go on. They shouldn't be playing in the National League, you know, and they'll go on. Hopefully, we'll go on as a group, you know, and take them up together. But yeah, we prepared. We've had a great week. But I've just said to the boys at the moment, that's all it is. You know, we're 1-0 up. You can never let anything, you know, taking anything for granted. We've got to work incredibly hard tomorrow to overcome Dover. If we do that, then we'll put us in a fantastic position to go up.
How pleased were you with the first leg performance? You must have been delighted.
Yeah, it was excellent. I think from start to finish, I felt we battled when we needed to battle. We controlled the tempo when we needed to control the tempo. We scored a great goal. We dealt with adversity in that, you know, losing JJ and Marcus. So you know, myself and the staff, and I include John and Pipey in that, you know, between us, we performed very well. We got the right messages across to the players. But you know, you're right. I mean, they did excellently, but that's all it is at the moment. And again, you know, be a little bit cautious. We're only 1 up, but looking forward to bringing them back to our place. You
were certainly attack-minded in the first leg, and you said earlier, didn't you, that you went there to win it, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. You want to win football matches. You know, I wish I could play in it, but you know, I'm in charge of a fantastic group of players with some great attacking options. It'd be daft of me to sit back, and especially against a team like Dover that do pose a threat physically and aerially. You know, I felt our 2 centre halves, they're that good. They give us an option to you know, they give us the opportunities to go and attack teams, because they look after most of what comes their way, and we pick up a lot of second ball, which is great as well, which gives us a chance to get out the opposition.
And also, you're not afraid to tinker and have a bit of flexibility in the squad and make quick changes.
Yeah, no. If I see something that can make a difference, even whether it be for 5-10 minutes, you know, we swapped Elliot and Kiani round the other day because I didn't want Key to be over the other side of the pitch going quiet. We swapped him around just to maybe cause a little bit of a problem, maybe just to refocus Key and Els as well. But you know, you're right. If we see it, you know, and we think it's the right thing to do, we'll do it. You know, and our focus is on winning games, and that's what we want to do again tomorrow.
Managers often wax lyrical about team spirit, blah 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 blah, but you can really sort of feel it, almost taste it at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a group of players that get on incredibly well. You know, I'm asking them to be a group of friends. You know, be a group of friends, not just with themselves, but with the staff, with everyone at the club, with the fans. Well, once you get that, you've got a fantastic opportunity. And you know, they were just a little bit flat, and there's a spark there now. You know, introducing someone like Sam Wedgbury, who's injured. You know, normally injured players are down, they're in the dumps, and you know, he's sort of giving himself a new role as player liaison officer, and you know, he's been hilarious. But he's broke out any tensions, he just breaks up. Any little bits of nerves and things like that, he's been fantastic at that. And you've got John's experience, Dave's experience, Darren Carter's very calm and influence, you know. So the team spirit's, you know, not a problem here, and there's a real determination to go and do well for the football club.
Yeah, you mentioned Darren Carter. Personally, I thought that was his best game in a Forest Green shirt the other night.
Yeah, I think he's been massively underrated, Daz, since he's been out. I love him. I think he's got an awful lot to offer, and I think the bigger the game, the more of those qualities you'll see. And again, you know, he broke up play, he used the ball wisely the other day. He talked people in. He competed, competitive in the air and on the floor. And he's got an eye for an early pass and a quick free kick as well. So, you know, I love him. You know, the other day I asked him to start a little bit further forward and press and use his experience in that way. obviously when Kells went off, we asked him to sit deep, and it's not an issue. You ask him to do it, and you know the job's going to be done. So, you know, and he's a fantastic pro, and he's great for the younger boys coming through.
And then you've got people like Rob Sinclair and Dale Bennett, who've both been struggling with injuries recently. They come back in and they hit the ground running. Yeah,
well, that's credit to Joe and Wes. You know, they take all the credit for that one. We weren't going to rush anybody. You know, they were 100% fit, ready for Wednesday. There's always a slight risk there because of the time period that they've been out. But in terms of their actual injury, they were bang on, ready to go. So it's no surprise that Rob's a naturally fit guy. Dale Bennett was probably ready for the Saturday game anyway, and they've been training. So they both look very, very strong. And like you said, you know, I've known Rob for a long, long time, and he said to me, if you feel comfortable in the game and you can take me off before the end, then do it. If not, I'll run through a brick wall for you. So we found a way of being able to do that. And again, that was by asking Curtis to sit in front of a back four, and he's probably never done that in his life, not even in training. So, you know, he bought into that. Yeah, no problem, Scotty, and he went, and we saw the game out, and here we are. You know, we're 1-0 up with 90 minutes to prove that we're good enough to get into the playoff final.
How's recovery and preparation been since Wednesday? Because it's a real short turnaround with Saturday night just hours away, really.
Yeah, well, we've done it properly. We got back late, obviously, but we ate on the way back, iced while we were up there, came back, gave the boys a lie-in because rest is really important. After that, we went down to Wise Campus, SGS College, which is obviously a partner of the football club. Went down there and had a fantastic day yesterday. But the boys that played had a recovery day with Joe and Wes, and in the ice baths and on the spin bikes and those bits and pieces. And the others, we got out on a grass pitch that they watered for us, and we had a good training session. So everyone's at the same level now. We've obviously trained today, done our final preps for tomorrow, had a really positive team meeting, nice and calm. Everyone's gone. We're ready to bring it on tomorrow.
You've spoken warmly about your backroom staff. How important have they been to all this?
Are key. They're key. You know, they really are. And when I say backroom staff, is Joe and Wes. I've just given them probably a little bit more freedom to help me in ways. You know, Wes has got a wealth of experience. I'd be, you know, very daft not to kind of ask him for help. Joe's brilliant, absolutely brilliant physio, and he's taken on a bit more with the warm-ups. Pipe, he's helped as well. John Parkin watched Braintree Grimsby last night, or the other way around, Grimsby Braintree last night. We were on the phone for, you know, best part of an hour and a half afterwards, talking about, you know, the next game after this one. So, you know, of course, obviously we've got James, who's made all the arrangements for everything we've needed. Nothing's been too much for anyone at the whole club, and you know that includes the cleaners, the groundsman who's out there now. We trained on the pitch today, didn't, but you know, bat an eyelid, just said get on it. If you need to get on it, I'll repair it afterwards and make sure it's perfect for Saturday. So there is a real togetherness, you know, and that's very, very encouraging.
Yeah, and of course Joycey as well. He's a popular figure with the players as well. That's another good person to have on board.
Yeah, and I want us to be doing more media. I think quite sometimes at football you can be in a bubble and keep everyone out, and all. You know, I want the fans to be seeing what we're doing. You know, it's interesting. You know, I want them to be able to see that we're having a recovery day yesterday and what we're up to. And I want to be able to hear from Wedge on the back of the bus saying that the fans were great. And you know, having Joycey there, we're very, very fortunate that we've got someone that's, you know, very popular with the lads and very good at his job.
Yeah. A word on the fans. You mentioned the fans. They were absolutely fantastic on Wednesday. There's going to be even more of them there on Saturday night. They're going to be important to you. Yeah,
unbelievable. They really were unbelievable as well. You know, travelling fans by nature are loud because they're all in one place together. There's lots of songs, but ours, I thought, stepped up a gear on Wednesday, and they were, you know, Wedge and Lenny and Parky and I were talking about it on the bench, you know, behind me during the game. They were outstanding.
We were actually inside the press box and in a bit of a bubble, really, to be fair, but we could even hear the noise. So
yeah,
they were fantastic.
Yeah, no, they were great, and we want more of the same. More of the same tomorrow. You know, if we can fill this place, it gives us an advantage, because it is an advantage playing at home in the second leg. I'm not having that it's not, and you can go away from home and there's no pressure. If by playing at home in front of our own fans that love us to bits is pressure, then you know, bring it on.
So with regards to the job at the moment, it's a case of you just taking it step by step.
Yeah, I was asked to take this on up to and including the playoffs, and that's what I'll do. You know, I don't want to neglect what I'm already doing. So, you know, the prep for tomorrow is done. this afternoon I'll spend some time working on some bits and pieces for the academy, and you know, and that's the way it is. You know, when you're at a football club like this, you need to muck in and do whatever needs doing. At the moment, my priority is with the first team and helping in that way, like I did before, and I would do again.
Okay, cheers, and all the best Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.